Terrans as attractive as ever. But you're quite the bodacious beauty yourself, instructor.
Oh my, aren't you a charmer? If only you were a little younger, you'd be just my type. Instructor! Grandfather, at least try and be serious this once.
Sorry. Can't help myself. Anyway, to be serious for a moment here, it would seem you've made a discovery of your own.
Yes. I think I finally understand why you left the Rhineford Company.
Is that so?
You've been with me ever since I was a child, so I think I know as well as anyone how much you've given to the company. Because of that, it was even harder for me to understand why you would just turn your back. But now I think I finally understand. You left because you truly loved the Rhineford Company, didn't you?
Precisely. Since the Orbital Revolution, the Rhineford Company has created the technology that has defined people's modern lives. From railways to heating orbital cars to airships, even the tanks and guns, I regretted none of them. What I did regret, however, were the railway guns we built 5 years ago.
I thought so.
With my apologies to the Lieutenant General, those railway guns are little more than instruments of mass murder. With their innate limits in range and deployment, they have no real... Their sole purpose is as a weapon of mass destruction, designed to effectively hold the innocent people of Crossbow hostage. In other words, to stop a potential Republican Army invasion before it starts. Nothing more, nothing less. It's an unpleasant truth to acknowledge, but I have no rebuttal. My daughter may have signed off on the project, but as the one who saw them completed, I was terrified at what we'd made. I feared that somewhere along the way, we had sold our principles and our souls as craftsmen to the highest bidder. When my daughter took over as company chair, I took the opportunity to step back from Rhineford and really think about where we'd gone wrong, about how we'd come to this point, and how to make things right.
So that was why. I guess you probably don't have any intention of returning.
I'm afraid not. All that's happened in the past 5 years has only strengthened my resolve. The company environment, my daughter's leadership of it, things have changed too much. For now, I'll let her take care of the things from the inside. As for me, I'll do what I can from the outside to help the company find its way forward.
Master Gwyn.
I think Thor's Military Academy is a fine place for you to be right now.
Huh?
No doubt there are still many obstacles lying ahead of you, but when you put your head together with such a diverse group, you're bound to see things you might not have otherwise. Just like you did while you were here.
You may be right. I'll do what I can to try and see things from a different perspective than both you and Mother. Both as a member of the Rhineford family, and more importantly because I owe it to myself.
Proud to hear it. Reen, Gaius, Eustace, Emma, you'll take good care of her for me now, won't you?
Of course. Leave it to us.
We'd be happy to. Very well.
Grandfather, stop that.
I'd love it if Sharon could stay here with me a bit longer, though. I don't suppose I could tempt you to look after me for a while instead.
I'm afraid not. I have to return to my duties as Class 7's caretaker.
Ah, my poor heart.
Grandfather, please.
It's almost time for the train to depart. You should begin making your way over to the platform. Thank you. Take care, Lieutenant General.
Bye, everyone. Bye. May the winds and the goddess always guide your path.
Farewell. I look forward to meeting again someday.
Goodbye. Thank you for everything.
That's the end of Beyond the Railways. Gosh, I've been waiting forever.
Drinks are on me someday. Good showing, everyone.
July, Septim calendar, 1204. Valflame Palace, Heimdallr. Is that Dreikel's? I'd assume. Imperial Palace, Valflame Palace. Imperial Government, Chancellor's Office.
Negotiations with the Republican government are complete. The possibility of an armed conflict in the Nord Highlands has been successfully averted. However, they did demand that we hand over the mercenaries responsible from the attack as part of their terms.
I suppose that's acceptable. After all, it was a shortcoming on our side that allowed that incident to occur. We should consider this a chance to place Rocksmith in our debt, especially with the trade conference on the horizon.
Yes, sir. Though it's regrettable that we were unable to catch the mastermind. There's not a doubt in my mind that he's one of the ringleaders.
Indeed. It seems we'll need to exercise greater caution from now on, if this is what they're capable. Our next concern is the upcoming summer festival. Any thoughts as to the optimal placement of the Ironbloods?
I believe their primary target will be next month's trade conference. I propose posting Lecter to the east and Millium to the west. That leaves me here to take care of the capital.
It's almost like you read my mind. Very well then. I'll leave the preparations to you.
Yes, sir. With all respect, don't be afraid of working me hard, sir. I could run these kinds of logistics in my sleep.
Ha! I am all too aware of how indebted I am to your abilities. That's why I'm leaving the summer festival in your capable hands. Perhaps you may even consider using them as a test.
Please excuse my intrusion, Your Excellency. His Excellency the Governor has arrived and wishes to speak with you.
Ah, show him in.
As you wish, sir.
Coming in. Oh, forgive my intrusion. I didn't realize you had company.
No, it's quite all right. I just finished giving my report. It's wonderful to see you again, Governor.
Likewise. I think it's been, what, 2 months since we last spoke? I'm in your debt for helping out with the security arrangements at last month's commemoration event at City Hall. I've been looking forward to thanking you in person.
Glad to have been of service. I'll be sure to pass on your thanks to everyone else involved. Anyway, if you'll excuse me.
Good work as always, Captain.
It never ceases to amaze me that a woman like that heads up the Ironbloods. Your icy maiden has the provincial armies positively scared stiff.
Competent as she is, she's not the group's primary member. But she and the rest of the Ironbloods continue to do some fine work, especially against those cunning vipers amongst the ranks of the nobility and the 4 great houses in particular.
Agreed. But we'll need to stay vigilant.
I'm pleased that you agree. Imperial Governor Karl Regnitz.
The feeling's mutual.
Karl Regnitz. So that's Marcus's dad?
Chancellor Gileath Osborne.
Gileath Osborne.
Of course, and that's exactly why I intend to go with him. Next month's conference may be the West Samuria Trade Conference in name. But it's far more than that. It's the region's first international conference in modern times. So the discussions won't be limited to economic matters. Regional security and other timely issues are sure to come up.
I see. So that's why all the region's heads of state will be in attendance?
Precisely. President Rocksmith will represent the Republic of Calvert, of course.
Blonde-haired man.
Prince Albert will be representing the Principality of Ermaferia as
Is that
its
his brother?
state. Crown Princess Claudia will be coming to represent Liberal in place of the Queen.
Claudia!
And representing Crossbell State, we have Mayor Croyce and Speaker McDowell. All of them are either heads of state or their acting representatives.
Meanwhile, Erebonia is sending Chancellor Osborne as a representative of the Imperial government. But Father is the head of state, isn't he?
Indeed, and that's why I'm planning to go as well, even though I'm far from the ideal candidate. The Imperial family needs to be represented to make sure all sides are on equal terms.
You shouldn't be so harsh on yourself. But I think I understand the situation. I feel so ashamed. I shouldn't have to rely on you to educate me about simple politics like this. Recently, I feel as though all my inadequacies have been staring me in the face. I wish every day I had the intelligence and quick-wittedness you possess. And I wonder, am I truly capable of inheriting the throne from Father?
You know, Her Highness Princess Claudia of Liberal once said exactly the same thing.
She did?
As the successor to the throne of Liberal, I've heard that she agonized over whether she was fit to become queen.
Yeah, she did.
Eventually, she came to terms with her own inexperience and vowed that she would strive each day to overcome it. And I have no reason to believe that my talented brother cannot do the same.
Oliver.
Oliver. His name is Oliver. I always thought it was Olivia. Oliver.
Thank you. Your support means a lot to me.
That said, I do think you should spend more of your time living life the way you want to. I don't think anyone would blame you for wanting to indulge your interests once in a while.
I am how I am, I'm afraid. To be honest, I'm a little jealous of how being so open and carefree comes so naturally to you.
Well, I think it'd be less concerning for all involved if you avoided taking after me too much.
Another thing. I sometimes find myself admiring Chancellor Osborne's strong-willed nature as well.
Oh?
He was quite forceful in introducing the Imperial Transportation Act last year, despite the opposition's objections. But ever since then, I've heard the number of orbital car accidents has fallen dramatically. I can